is up? What is up? What is up, everyone? It is Phil Nagy. Nagy on Sports, a little late night sim action. It has been a long week here, but wanted to get one in for you. Plus, we just needed to have that gross 5 interception performance from Deshaun Watson. Just had to get that taste out of our mouth. So we're going to go ahead and do this one here. Appreciate you staying up a little bit later with me. But it is a Friday, so hope you had good weeks. Again, sorry I missed you on the previous one, but it was pretty gross for sure. So we're going to go ahead and kick this one off. What's up, Dwayne? What's up, Mason? What's up, Big Dog? Yep, okay, a little late night for sure. I am doing well. Appreciate you guys asking. What's up, Carter? Welcome in. We'll get this one going. Deshaun again. It's the battle of the two leading quarterbacks in the NFL here. Pat Mahomes leads Watson by just a few yards and a few touchdowns. So both teams expected to sling this rock. Felgren, welcome into you as well. We'll stretch it right side. First play of the game, Jerome Ford will pick up a nice 3 yards before being brought down by McDuffie over there on that side. Couple of, no interceptions for real. That's what we want. A couple of players a note I'll let you know about. Here comes Chubb left side. He's got a first down to the 37. Get a 9 for Nick Chubb. That's a good sign as well. Mekhi Wingo, the rookie out of LSU, wearing the number 95. He is the new Chris Jones. As remember, Chris Jones has gone elsewhere in our sim season. We will run this 2024 season back with all the real free agents, we promise. But we will finish this season first. Right, Browns 12-2 right now. Chiefs are 9-5. It is week number 16, so we're getting pretty close here to the end of the sim season. I appreciate that, Carter. Thanks very much. Play action for Watson. His first throw of the game. He's going to roll right now. He'll take off. 45 to the 50. First down, a little juke move, and Karlaftis chases him around from the backside. And Karlaftis has the tackle, but not after the first, not before the first down is achieved by Deshaun Watson. Shotgun snap. Watson play action. Now he'll zip it left side. Late throw and swatted away by Watson. Came over in a hurry. Jalen Watson, the corner, now 2nd and 10. That was a long way to go for that throw. 4 wide in the package now for Watson. Good protection. He'll zip it over the middle. Takes a shot. Coop right in the face. That's Tyrell Dotson, the former Buffalo Bill linebacker. Another new defensive starter for the Chiefs. Yeah, I'm excited about that, Mason. I'll be interested to kind of hear what his role will be. But yeah, maybe this is a football mind. First throw, easy catch for a first down to the Chief. He was wide open in a first down, Browns. Turn around, give it to Ford. He'll angle to the right side. Nice run for a first down of the 20. To the 15, Jerome Ford. Running hard there. Carter, appreciate you being on. Mrs. Nagy on Sports says hello and reminds you to finish your essay. Called out. It's Friday night, he says. Here comes Chubb up the middle. He'll get a couple. Give him 3. Brown's really doing a nice job putting the ball on the ground. Big Dog, it was a close game, but Deshaun Watson threw 5 interceptions. The Dolphins scored 1 offensive touchdown. The rest was a pick 6 and like 7,000 field goals because Deshaun kept turning the ball over and giving him short fields. Here comes Watson all the way into the end zone. We've got a flag on the field, but Watson runs it into the end zone from 11 yards out. Cameraman's on Dwan Jones. And that holding is going to take 7 points right off the board. Brutal call there on Big Thanos on the left tackle side. Again, remember we traded Jed Wills. And so Thanos on there on the left tackle side. The guilty party, he'll back him up. Right side throw had Coop with double coverage on that side. Yeah, Big Dog, it was a real ugly game. I'm not sure why it kept happening, just kind of that classic Madden snowball. But he threw 5 picks, and even though the defense held up and held them only to field goals and 1 offensive touchdown, watch out, a blitz, and they don't feel it. Charles Omenihu and Trent McDuffie getting home, and the Browns, again, Watson was in the end zone a mere play ago. Holding pulls it off the board, sack a play later from the DeJuan Jones side. Means that Hopkins will be the first one to put points on the board here for the Browns, and his kick is up and good. It's also Sunday night football action here for this Browns-Chief matchup. It's week number 16 of our 2024 season sim. It's all right, Bo. Welcome on. Good to have you. Good to have you. All right, first chance to see Pat Mahomes. Again, he has had a bazillion yards. 4,400, but 39 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Watson's at 30 and 20, so that's the difference. Again, according in the yards as well. Rashee Rice has ballooned up to a 90 with his overall rating. Other than that, they picked up J.K. Dobbins in free agency, and then they've got a rookie left tackle who just lets Obo get around him for a sack to start the game. A rookie left tackle out of Arizona, and I completely just blanked on his name. Let's see if I get enough of his nameplate here. Come on, show me the nameplate. No, I didn't see it that time. We'll get it for you here. I just completely blanked out. Dawn, hello. So far so good. Again, it's like a hurry. It's like a hurry up and wait, and then it is a sprint. So we've had 5 matches in the last 3 days. So my voice, as you can tell, is probably a little shot. My players' legs are heavy. They're definitely ready for a weekend, as am I. It's true. He retired today. So pressure coming again. It's coming, and he's going to go down. Zadarius Smith and Obo Okoronkwo, 2 sacks on the opening drive for the Demolition Dogs, and a big punt upcoming. Yes, it's true that Aaron Donald retired, and it's true that Mike Vrabel got hired by the Browns today to be a consultant for Jim Schwartz's staff, a day after we signed another high athlete, underperforming first-round pick in Devin Bush. Back to pass. Watson now trying to put this one back on the board over the middle of the Chief. Breaks a tackle. Chief up to the 41-yard line. Takes up 9. Nice run after catch there. His second of the day. He might be. I mean, Aaron Donald, he and Reggie White kind of in that conversation now, right? Best defensive player of all time. And Big Thanos having a tough first quarter here. A false start on him. He had the hold that took a touchdown off the board. Pressure up the middle. This time, Chubb able to get around the first hole, or the first set of tacklers, and now a 3rd and 3. Yeah, no, that's dumb. That's dumb to have the coach in waiting there. His seat could not be cooler right now. 4th and 2. They tried to run it up the middle with Gibson and Leo Chenal. Let's see if this could be go for it time here for Stefanski in the game. Good run blitz there, and they will go for it. Here we go. But we signed a lot of guys. I can get the full list if you want. Ford, first down run. I don't think he got a face mask as well, but runs it nicely for a first down Browns. Yeah, I know, that's cool, Don. That is cool. He is definitely a local guy for sure. I'm sure he grew up a huge Browns fan. Motion coming from Mike Evans. Left side throw, and he had the Chief open, just put it a little bit too much mustard on it. Just needed to feather that one in there. Tyrell Dodson again, free agent linebacker from the Buffalo Bills on there. It's a lot of depth pieces, a lot of veterans who got signed. In terms of guys who are going to be an impact, you know, you're going to see Quentin Jefferson. He's a little bit better a little bit better pass rusher than Shelby Harris. So you'll see like Shelby Harris with Tomlinson on first, second down, and then you'll get Quentin Jefferson in there. He had 6 sacks last year. You got Devin Bush, of course, as Mason just said. They picked up another corner who has special teams upside, Tony Brown. They signed Jordan Hicks, of course, another physical linebacker over the middle, and a first down to the 8 to Mike Evans. Re-signing Zadarius Smith, re-signing Mo Hurst, re-signing Shelby Harris, of course. We lost Taki. Jerry Jeudy, of course, is the big one on offense, along with Nyheim Hines, who will be the kick returner, presumably, and kind of that receiving threat back. Still think that maybe another running back gets drafted. A traditional carrying the ball running back, play action. Now stepping up, pressure all around. He kind of breaks through, and then he'll go down on a Duke Uzama, first-round pick from a year ago, able to bring it down. And again, that's from the DeJuan Jones side. Yeah, I like Jordan Hicks a lot. He's a guy that I usually would sign when I was running my own franchises just because he's such an athletic player. Flip it right side, got it to Jordan Akins. Blockers into the end zone, and a touchdown, Browns! I didn't think he was going to get in at all, but some great blocking downfield. And Jordan Akins, I think that's his first touchdown of the year on a skinny little drag across the middle. Look at Nick Chubb get out there in front, put a great block. He breaks the tackle of McDuffie, and Akins into the end zone, and a touchdown for the Cleveland Browns, now padding the lead here 10-0 in Arrowhead on Sunday night. 10 plays, 56 yards, and good things happen when Deshaun Watson doesn't throw the interceptions. I think it's just, even though Jeudy did restructure to save about $10 million in cap, I just don't see us going for Mike Williams at this point. Again, I could be wrong. Still might draft somebody, sure, but I don't see us going Mike Williams. Here's Pacheco. He'll try the left side, and JOK is right there. I guess I would say no news is good news, Bo. At this point, I'm sure he's grinding his tail off in the rehab, and the Browns are not really in the business of saying Nick Chubb continues his recovery. Nice throw to the right side to Sky Moore, but he is out of bounds. Greg Newsome right on him. I would say the next thing to look for would be right there. We just saw Greg Newsome. Let's see if Newsome gets traded. Picked off, jumping the route is Denzel Ward. It looked like maybe Mahomes got hit as he threw. Either that or it was just a brown in his face. And Denzel jumps the route of Rashee Rice and continues to pad his NFL record-leading interception season. Look at him just lay his body out for this one. Warden in there. Yes, we do have Tillman and Bell, and I think one of those, probably Bell, is practice squad fodder at this point, with Jeudy, Coop, Moore, Tillman probably locked in there than if you get a rookie. And yes, I think Reeder did get signed by Detroit. I saw that yesterday. I think Eric Armstead is still out there if you're looking for another splash defensive tackle. He did get cut by San Francisco. I think he might be the only big name still out there. They seem to be happy with Tomlinson and then the combo platter of Hurst, Harris, and now Quentin Jefferson. Chief to the 10, inside, first and goal to the 7. Watson seems to be dialed in this game. Yeah, DJ Reader next to Aiden Hutchinson is going to be pretty unfair. Detroit's kind of feels like they're all in on this window. Chubb up the middle, one tackle to break, and he shoves Justin Reed out of the way. Looked like it was actually Brian Cook, the free safety out of Cincinnati, the Bearcats version of Cincinnati. And Chubb just lays the wood right on him and into the end zone. And the Browns, look at this here. Sit down, kid. It was Cook. And into the end zone goes Nick Chubb. Touchdown, Browns. They make the Pat Mahomes interception pay just the way that the Dolphins made the Deshaun Watson interceptions pay. And now 17-0. Still 58 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, guys. My name is Phil Nagy. The channel is Nagy on Sports. Appreciate you joining me here tonight. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe, we'd appreciate that very much as we continue to push to our next milestone of 1,100 subscribers. But really appreciate all of you on being on with us. Kit's got a pretty busy weekend, so I said I would do this one. I appreciate him doing that one for me last night, even though it was a gross game. Pressure again! That's the old screen and sack. Tomlinson getting one this time. 3 sacks for the Browns, and I think just 3 drives actually, for the Chiefs. Right side throw, and he gets a lot of it back to MVS, but it is still 3rd and 7 coming up, first catch of the day for MVS. Yeah, I think running back is definitely, you can always take more weapons. Oh, Armstead did get signed today. Who did Armstead sign with, Don? Yes, I saw Tyron Smith to be the new blindside protection for Aaron Rodgers. Vice President Aaron Rodgers. Correct, Justin Simmons is still out there. Again, we've played a lot of 3 safety stuff. I would be fine to have McLeod back. He's going to be cheaper, but that's a position where there's a lot of guys. Same thing if you wanted to go with a more veteran nickel corner. If you decide to trade that man right there, Greg Newsome, if you think you can get yourself into the first round with Newsome as the asset, maybe we could see him go somewhere. But I also know that they really like the way that Ronnie Hickman and D'Anthony Bell came off. We got a wobbler, late punt, and he's going to be lucky not to get a muff. Anaya Smith makes the fair catch at the 27. Yeah, I mean, it would be just for those 3 safety. If they're going to run a more traditional 3 safety look with Delpit, Thornhill, and Simmons would be pretty gross. But I think he's just going to command too much money right now. Here comes Chubb, right side. Good blocking to the 30, and he'll be shoved from behind by Michael Pierce, the former Baltimore Raven defensive tackle, here now playing in the Chris Jones spot. But yeah, I would say running back definitely feels like the weakest room overall. You could see them. I've seen a lot of mocks over the middle and knocked out of his hands Elijah Moore by linebacker Nick Bolton. I've seen some other mocks with offensive tackle. Basically start the life after Jed Wills and Jack Conklin plan. Try to develop. Oh, and Watson gives one right back. It's Tyrell Dodson. We got Dodson here, and he's up to the 28-yard line. And just when I jinxed him by saying he was having a good game, Watson throws his, got to be close to league-leading 21st interception. And threads the needle. Gosh, Mahomes. I don't know how that ball made it in there. But a first down to the 13. They really have. I don't get it. I really don't. Mahomes that time, giving to pitch to Pacheco. Yeah, I do. I don't really get it. Pressure coming now, rolling. Za'Darius chasing, and he's able to dump it off to Pacheco for a short gain. MJ Emerson all over him. But in typical Andrew Berry fashion, like he's approached free agency similarly the last several years, where they don't put themselves in a position, and there's a slant for a touchdown, Rashee Rice. And Watson's interception comes back to haunt the Browns, as it immediately leads to 7 points on the other end and a huge chunk taken out of their momentum. But as usual, Andrew Berry has put the team in a situation where they really can go developmental pieces, depth pieces. There are no automatic starters that you have to draft. You know what I mean? So pressure come, watch out, look at this run. Anaya Smith, he's got one already this season. I thought he was going to take a second one back all the way to the 44. Not signed yet, but close with Jacksonville. Thank you. But anyway, he's put himself in a position where they don't have to draft like a guy to be an impact player, to be a starter right away. So it gives you the luxury of going best player available. It gives you your succession planning. Right side throw on the sideline. Toe drag swag for Elijah Moore to the 28. Big throw and a big first down for the Browns as we trickle under 12 to go here in this first half. His first catch of the day for Elijah Moore, 28 yards. You're going to need Teller and Batonio replacements in a year or two. Over the middle, Evans to the 4-yard line, rather. Brian Cook brings him down, and another first and goal for the Browns as Mike Evans continues to have an amazing year, which we, of course, know will not be true Unless Jerry Jeudy does the same things in our sim season. Chubb left side, pulls a man over, and barshes his way into the end zone. Nick Chubb, another huge run for the Chubbernaut. He is a boatload of touchdowns, and now he's got his second of the first half. And the Browns very quickly respond and answer that Mahomes touchdown with one of their own. 3 plays, just 56 yards after the good return. And 24-7 is the score here now with just 11:06 to go in the first half. So we'll see. We'll see. It could give you a lot of stuff. Again, it's that's why you can take a guy like Siaki Ika, and he's basically been inactive for the majority of his NFL career after a year because it's a developmental piece, and they're just hoping that they can catch lightning in a bottle with a big stud someday. How about Isaiah Simmons? He's still available. Don, I bet you that's like 22-23 on the season for him. Back to pass. Blitz coming. He'll get rid of it quickly, and he gets skinny over the middle again to Rice. Careful, he can fly. Cam Mitchell chased him. I think like a guy like Cam Mitchell last year. Like, you didn't need a corner at all, but you felt great about this guy. You picked him up. He had some really nice plays, and he's either your incumbent nickel corner when and if Newsome goes away, or you just got another great, like, it's the 4th cornerback on your team, and he's solid. So that's a perfect example of an Andrew Berry pick. We're thinking about like Alex Wright, a guy who's like, man, he's got all the traits. He's like a Myles Garrett body clone. And you just got to wait for him to figure it out. And if this dude hits, man, it's like, okay, well, that was easy. Rinse and repeat. They're going to obviously go Zadarius Smith for at least this year and next year. But so that's kind of been appears to be the new MO. Again, the only position they seem to not be able to strike on so far has been the wide receiver position, although I think Tillman still has some significant upside. Bell might have been just fell in love with the college tape and can't do it at this next level. How about this guy, though? 3rd rounder MJ Emerson picking it off. Back-to-back interceptions in this half, 1 go in each quarter. Mahomes has now 2 in the quarter, and MJ Emerson jumping the route here on that left side just came right in front of Rashee Rice. That was too easy for MJ, and now another short field for the Browns. Our Sim Browns, Don, are 12-2. Chiefs are 9-5. Wide open Cooper to the right side. That was an easy pitch and catch for 15 and a first down. Appreciate everybody being on. Make sure you hit the like button, of course. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and we continue to push towards 1,100. Watson steps up. Little juke move for 4. Nick Bolton right there with him, and Watson, little ginger to get up there. Just wish he would slide a little bit more, even in real life. And at the very least, don't lead with the throwing shoulder. Play action? Nope, not play action. I thought it was a play action. They gave it to Chubb, and he got blowed up right there in the middle. We're actually the 2nd seed. The Buffalo Bills, I think, are 14-0. I'll have to look at the ticker at the bottom. I don't know if they won them last week or not, but they were 13-0. They might be 14-0. They're only the 2 seed. Hey, Rick, welcome in. Yes, Bo, it's been a great sim season for us. Defense continues to be great. Watson has a bajillion completions and a bajillion yards. 30 touchdowns, but he also has 21 interceptions, and they've done a lot of like getting down to this part of the field and then giving the ball to Nick Chubb, who has like 23 rushing touchdowns. Or Watson just takes it in himself. What? They're going to say he's down at the 1. What a bad call, ref. Nick Bolton right there. They'll spread him out 5 wide. Watson back to pass. Now he'll roll right, and he wants the touchdown himself. He'll easily get in. Karlaftis dives. But comes up zilch, and the Browns just pouring it on the Chiefs here. Look at this run. He just baited him, made sure that linebacker stayed put, and then into the end zone. Deshaun Watson adds a rushing touchdown. 31-7. They are pouring it on the Chiefs here at home. What a start for the Browns here in this one. But yeah, it's been a crazy defense. Ward has like 16 picks. Miles has like 25 to 30 sacks. Michael Hall Jr., a rookie out of Ohio State, has like 20 sacks. The defense has just been crazy good. And again, if Watson didn't turn the ball over so often, they would be undefeated. They lost to a Bo Nix-led Denver Bronco team. And then just last week, which we heard last night with Kit, in Week 15, they dropped one to the Miami Dolphins. Again, 5 interceptions from Watson in that one. Dolphins only scored 1 offensive touchdown. They won by 8. Pressure coming, and Miles will get home. His first time. And they are just punishing this offensive line. Again, I told you there's a rookie left tackle out of Arizona, and I'm just completely blanking on his name. Pressure again, another screen. I feel bad for you, Chief fans. Tomlinson now with 1.5 sacks, 5th of the day for the Demolition Dogs. The second one for Tomlinson on a screen pass. There's Michael Hall Jr., the rookie. He'll take another half of that sack. What is the Chiefs' record? They are 9-5. I think they're actually second in the division. The Jim Harbaugh-led Los Angeles Chargers have a slightly better record than they do as well. So 12-2 versus 9-5 here. Nice primetime game. Week number 16 of our simulated 2024 season. Again, I did an entire virtual off-season and draft. If you want to go see where your favorite players ended up, you can go watch those videos. If not, that's totally fine. And just know that as soon as the NFL draft does end in real life, when we get to the middle of May or so, Kit and I will bring you the entire 2024 simulated season again from the beginning, but with all of the accurate rosters. So then you'll get to see Jerry Jeudy and Jordan Hicks and Devin Bush, and if they trade Greg Newsome, and then whoever we end up drafting, you'll get to see all of those cats as we will run it back with the real rosters. Quick throw, swatted away. I think they've got Jared Stidham there, Bo. I think the general thought is that they're going to be in on one of the rookie quarterbacks. How about Kenny Pickett getting traded today to Philadelphia? For all of the people I could have envisioned as Jalen Hurts' backup, Kenny Pickett was not the one that I had in mind. Oh, there you go. Buffalo did lose. They're 13-1. So we still got a shot to pick up the number 1 seed. They had been undefeated until week number 14. And then they dropped that one. How about that punt for Bojorquez to the 1? Let's go. Yeah, I don't know, Don. When they do really need to fix it. Isaiah Simmons gets him right at the goal line. They'll say he got a yard. Pacheco, man, Simmons is so fast. He got in there again. That's where you'll see Devin Bush and Jordan Hicks, both good compliments to JOK in that 2 linebacker set. Overall, I think that room got better, even though Taki and Awok left. I think Devin Bush and Jordan Hicks with JOK is a really solid threesome at the linebacker position. Pressure again, Mahomes. Zip it to the right side. He got out of the shadow. That was a fireball to Sky Moore. And Sky Moore for 15. Of course, Hollywood Brown now the new favored weapon. So you got Rashee Rice and Hollywood Brown for Mahomes to throw to this year. Oh, I know they have to have a ton of fans who are pissed. And I think that Trubisky left and Mason Rudolph's a free agent too. So I think Russell Wilson may be the only receiver on their roster. So first down goes to Rashee Rice. Again, they're going to go no huddle here. Hey, George, welcome in. Go Browns. Back to pass. Mahomes over the middle to Rice near the 50-yard line. And he picks up another first down. They continue to go no huddle. Trips to the left side. Browns in a big way early in this one, George. 31-7 as we're headed towards halftime. But MVS with another they'll say he's out of bounds. Incomplete. Now we're going to get a booth review.
Previous play is under review.
And they're going to review this one. I can't tell. Okay, here we go. 1 foot, and left foot is... Ooh, I think he's out. I think that left foot's out. They're going to talk about it. Nope, they're going to give it to him. Wow, first down to the 32, so MVS does get the left foot in. Mahomes now. Pressure coming. He'll fire over the middle, and it's dropped. Delpit put a licking on Pacheco. And Grant Delpit been kind of quiet in this one, but able to dislodge that football. You're right, Don. You were right. It did look in, and it was, in fact, ruled in. Kelsey now goes all the way out 1v1 against Denzel at the top of the screen. Sweet. Mahomes back to pass. He'll look the opposite direction. Right side. Caught again, MVS, and they'll say he's out of bounds. Are we going to get another booth review? It is another booth review. That one also looked in. Valdez Scantling, can he get lucky a second time here? Ooh, that's a bad camera angle. Here we go. This one will be better. Toes are both in. That's a great catch by MVS. Overturned again to the 10, so tough drive here for the side judge. Two that he ruled incomplete have gone out of bounds. Back to pass now, Mahomes. Pressure coming. He'll step up. Swing it sidearm wide open. MVS. Touchdown Chiefs. They get one back. Desperately needed that here at the end of the half for them. And that Mahomes sidearm had some gas on the other end of it. Look at this. Shwink! That was a weird arm angle, but it went right to him. A beautiful play, and he had just absolutely gotten the defensive back turned around. 9 plays, 61-yard drive, and it's 31-14 here. 1:07 to go. Again, appreciate everybody being on. My name is Phil Nagy. The channel is Nagy on Sports, only place on YouTube that you can find simulated sporting events, mostly football and mostly our beloved Browns, but other teams as well, with live original commentary. We bring it to you as often as our busy schedules allow. My cousin Kit and I run this. My name is Phil Nagy. Appreciate you being on Nagy on Sports with us. Throw it left side. Wide open again. Snuck it into Tillman for a quick catch. Browns are going to call a timeout. Looks like they're interested in trying to get a few more points on this board. 58 seconds to go. Watson, good protection. He'll go short over the middle to Mike Evans. He was the big free agent splash that we made in our virtual offseason, was to go get Mike Evans. Obviously, this was before we knew that they were trading for Jerry Jeudy. And again, we do not try to match move for move during the season, but we will make all the moves at the end. As Cooper with a rare drop, and with Jarius Sneed over there in coverage, he did re-sign with the Chiefs in our virtual offseason. Gibson and Chubb in the backfield with Watson, 3rd and 4. Good protection. Throw it to Gibson out of the backfield. The receiving back that we picked up, Antonio Gibson, versus Naheem Hines, who they actually picked up to be that kind of receiving third down back, and of course elusive kick returner. Over the middle, oh, he had one-on-one coverage. Evans against Cook, and that ball was there. Just unlucky. The ball was there. I haven't heard anything, Don. He had a friend coming into town today that he was picking up at the airport this morning and has been kind of hanging out with all day, so I haven't talked to him since early this morning. Throw to the right side and incomplete. But yes, I know he had to delay the sim yesterday because there was somebody in there. So hopefully he's getting himself a good offer on the house. Trips to the right side. Back to pass. Nope. Play action. Nope. There is. Back to pass. Hit as he throws, and he'll just chuck it out of bounds. All right. Decent drive. They're up to the 46 here at 4th and 10. This would be a very long Hopkins field goal, so they're just going to opt to punt this thing away, I guess. Borges will angle it out of bounds, and actually only takes 1 second off the clock as he shanked it. So you've given Mahomes 9 seconds and 3 timeouts now. He'll go to Pacheco to the left side. Pacheco, nobody's going to touch him for 15 before Delpit buries him, and then they do to try to call timeout. Now he'll sling it. Browns rush 4. Miles beats his man, Juwan Taylor. Mahomes floating it right side, incomplete. Denzel in the vicinity to keep the offensive player, from catching it. All right, 31-14 here at the end of the first half. Browns have been successful. A couple of interceptions for Mahomes, just 1 interception for Deshaun Watson, which did lead to the first Chiefs touchdown. Good tackle by Edgerrin Cooper, rookie linebacker that we drafted out of Texas A&M. But we will start matching move for move with the real free agents, and again, obviously the real draft, and then bring you the new sim season. But we're going to finish this one, see how far our Browns can go. Miles with another one. He leads the NFL in sacks. pushing towards. I mean, he's over the record. What's the NFL season record, right? Of modern day, like 22 and a half. We've looked this up before. Some dude claims to have had like 49 sacks in a season the year, like before there were statistics. Whoa, Rashee Rice, and he was one step away from Gonzville. Delpit saves a touchdown, truly, but that was another laser beam from Mahomes. He's got great protection. Just throws a dart there. MJ Emerson all over him. But again, Rashee Rice has popped up to a 90. He has been on the receiving end of many of these Pat Mahomes plays over the course of this sim season, and that's why his rating is ballooned up to a 90, and he's popped as a superstar, you can see there. Back to pass, Mahomes quickly throws it to the right side to Pacheco, and he'll be hit hard by Delpit and Ward. 48-yard line, setting up a second and three. I can read. Yeah, the quarterback market has been really crazy, and all of a sudden, like, the Bears probably hoped that they were going to get 3 or 4 teams bidding for Justin Fields. Now they're going to have to give him away for a bag of balls at this point. Who else? I mean, the Raiders and maybe the Patriots, if they don't want to go rookie at 3 or 2, whichever pick they have. Like, they're running out of spots for him to become the starter, and it feels like they're all in on Caleb Williams. I feel bad for him. I think it's kind of a bum deal. Mahomes, give it to Pacheco. He'll try the right, but JOK is right there. Gosh, he's so fast, and he's so good. I love Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And man, when he comes in that traditional African garb to the game, he looks so sweet coming into the stadiums, too. Ghanaian, right? Isn't he from Ghana? Do I remember that correctly? Anybody can correct me if I'm wrong. There's that traditional Ghanaian stuff. It's wild. 3rd and 5. Wild and awesome. Mahomes. Zip it over the middle. He's got his open tight end, Noah Gray. Haven't heard anything from the tight ends really in this game, and that's a first down to the 24. So the Browns got to be careful here. High formation now. Momentum is just about even Steven here, especially if they throw a touchdown, which they do. Delpit is the one covering Valdez-Scantling, and he's got his second touchdown of the game. Mahomes, look at that. 10-yard cushion in every direction in the pocket, and he's able to just sling that one like it's 7-on-7. Yeah, I agree with George. We talked about that a little bit earlier. Yeah, we'll see, big dog. It's a weird thing. Teams often want to move on, and it's very rare that players, kind of just decide, like Aaron Donald, like, you know what, maybe I could keep playing, but I want to go ahead and remember my kids' names, so I'm going to go ahead and hang it up now while I still got all my abilities in place, whatever. So it could happen. It would be lovely to have all those. Chubb's, I think, your best bet because there's a possibility that he doesn't come back from this. Cooper open to the 48. I don't think that's going to be the case, but it is a small possibility that just the devastation to his knees that this could be it. Yeah. It's, Gibson will try the right side. Antonio Gibson. I do not, Don. I can check if you'd like to know. Again, right now I know they're a game behind the Chargers for the division lead. That's all I know. They're currently the 5th seed in the. Where would the playoffs go if they were starting now? Watson throwing on the run, wide open, and the Chief pushed out of bounds to the 18. Somebody forgot to cover him. A first down for the Chief. Yeah, I think it's really interesting because a lot of people thought that Justin Fields was the perfect fit for the Falcons, but then they hired the defensive coordinator from the Rams, and he brought over the pass game coordinator from the Rams, and so they want to run the Matt Stafford offense, and so they went out and got Kirk Cousins, who's kind of Matt Stafford light, not Justin Fields. They want a guy who makes the one read and then delivers the ball with accuracy and on time, not the improviser. So they're paying him a lot of money, I know that. I know that. Well, it's 180 million for 4 years or something like that, which seems crazy to me. I don't know who Kirk Cousins' agent is, but he needs to be up for agent of the millennium. After the deal he got, I always say the third-round pick or whatever in Washington, then Minnesota paid him a mint, and now he's going to go down to Hotlanta and get paid again. 3rd and 10 now for Watson. He'll roll. Fire on the run. End zone. Drop. No. Touchdown. It's a touchdown for Elijah Moore. The ball just looked like it was... Is he floating in midair? He's floating in midair. And it looked like he dropped the football. But it's a touchdown for Elijah Moore. Our first real glitch of the game. Look at that ball. That's a touchdown. The old levitating ball trick. Touchdown, Elijah Moore. We'll take it. I think he's good. Excuse me, Don. I think he's probably going to. Like I said, we've already got Evans and Coop over 1,000. I bet we can get 3,000-yard receivers, which would be nuts. I guess that's the... I can't believe that's ever happened before in the league. That you have 3 1,000-yard receivers on the same team the same year. Yeah, thank goodness the Wizard is on our team. Houdini would have been proud. The old disappearing ball trick. It's like a Chris Angel mind freak Vegas street show. Quick throw to the right side. 7 yards for Pacheco. And then, then he like backed it up with a little levitation. How about the power to move you, as Jack Black would say. Up the middle for Pacheco. Just his 5th carry. Again, their backup running back is J.K. Dobbins. They also drafted Braylon Allen out of the University of Wisconsin. Not Eastconsin, but Wisconsin. There's Kelsey. For 6. Wonder if he's still dating Taylor Swift by the time week 16 of 2024 comes around. Just his 2nd catch, 15 yards for Kelsey. Here comes Pacheco. He'll try the left, and he'll be stuck before he gets the first down. Good tackle again by J.O.K. Just flying in there. He's so good. It's just incredible. High formation. They'll go to the tight end, but Michael Hall shuts him down. They tried to get sneaky with the tight end as the fullback, and Mike Hall Jr. blows it up. He has been so good for us here in the sim season. Another player that we're going to fall in love with, just like we did George Pickens and DeMarvin Leal, or any number of players who will then go play other schools, other teams, and make us mad. Oh, yes, the great J.J. McCarthy debate. That's his number, Don. Pacheco always has worn 10. That's his number. Gosh. Try to be as objective as possible and not wear my Ohio State colored glasses, but I don't see it going particularly well. I certainly don't think that he's better than Drake May or Jaden Daniels or Caleb Williams. Maybe and I think Bo Nix is way more accurate than he is too. And I think Penix is a better pure passer than him. So for me, he's the 6th of the rookies for me. As Watson's going to get sacked here by Karlaftis. But that's also a little bit of just my, albeit very, I have an Ohio State bias for sure. So I am anti him, and I think that he handed the ball off a lot and was very good at handing the ball off. And then occasionally he had to make a play. And to his credit, he made the plays. And I'm not going to take those away from him. But I don't know how many times that it was like, all right, we're down 6 and you got to drive us down and win this game for us. I just don't think he was ever had to be put in that position. For better or for worse, because this one's going to be dropped. Justin Watson, Jalen Watson, Justin Watson is the receiver. But Evans can't hold on, and the Browns are going to punt again. And this game is kind of sneakily getting a little tight here now. 38-21 with 3:34 to go. Does anybody else have a strong opinion on J.J. McCarthy? If you were going to say of the rookies 1 through 6, where do you slot him? I just told you I think he's 6, but I've seen people put them up here. I've seen people putting him as high as 2 behind Caleb Williams. Hill sighting, of course, playing his old team. Good coverage there. 38-21. Mahomes 3:23 on the third quarter clock. His team is trailing but fighting to try to stay in it. Creed Humphrey will snap it back. Pressure coming from Miles. He just blows up Juwan Taylor, and then again Mike Hall, the rookie. The Demolition Dogs just keep getting after Patrick Mahomes. Another sack for the defensive line. 3rd and long. He was, and then Tyreek Hill left. I don't think Pacheco and Hill were ever on the team together at the same time, Don. I think Pacheco came the year after Hill left. Like the same offseason that Hill left. I mean, because this was just Pacheco's second year, and I think Tyreek's been in Miami for 2 years. Oh, ball comes out! And I think he had to have been down. Come on, we've had successful booth reviews twice. Let's get a booth review here. And here comes the booth review, fortunately.
Previous play is under review.
Hey, John, welcome in. Ooh, reminds you of Zach Wilson. Oh, yeah, he's way down. That's Anaya Smith, the rookie. That ball's going to come back to the Browns. Well, yeah, but remember, didn't Zach Wilson just, like, wow everybody with his, like, pro day because he was slinging the ball 70 yards opposite field or something? And it's just like, well, yeah, but can he read a defense? I didn't make this draft class. Evans was wide open. I just drafted him. I think he's like a 78 or 79, but he's balling out for us. He's not better than Tomlinson, but he's balling out. It's kind of that slightly undersized pass rushing defensive tackle with a relentless motor. And he dominated the Senior Bowl, so I don't know. Maybe he'll be all right. I think he was a 3rd round pick in this game in our virtual draft, and then I actually traded for him because I was not feeling great about the natural regression that Shelby Harris and Mo Hurst had. George Karlaftis jumping the slant route of Elijah Moore. And once again now, Deshaun Watson, a multi-interception game. I think that's 22 on the season for him, which is embarrassing. Defense once again going to have to be standing on their head, covering the offense's mistakes like they've done all season long. There's Pacheco, juke move, 1st down, and Emerson will get him right at the 25. Just like the first interception, here they go, getting ready to score points. Yeah, don't you mean Jameis, big dog? Fans will be going, Jameis, Jameis. No, we have DTR as the backup, but we will sign Jameis when we get to the real thing. 2nd and 7, pressure coming, Zadarius Smith, and he'll wrap him up and throw him to the ground, and that's how the 3rd quarter is going to come to the close with the 8th sack of the day for the Browns defense on a big 3rd and 16 coming up on the other side here as we head to the 4th quarter. Phil Nagy, Nagy on Sports, joining you. It's week number 16 of our 2024 simulated season. Our beloved Browns are 12-2 with an opportunity to go to 13-2 here. 15 minutes on the clock. Mahomes on a 3rd and 16. They'll hand off up the middle and a blitz coming. What a play. JOK, TFL. And they'll be set up for a 48-yard field goal, so the Watson interception doesn't hurt them too badly. But he will be single-handedly responsible for 10 points here if Butker can pop this one through. Again, appreciate everybody being on. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe, we'd appreciate that as we try to move towards our next milestone of 1,100 subscribers. Also, YouTube appreciates if you hit that thumbs up button too. It helps to continue to grow our audience. But we got a pretty good crowd on, about 30 of you watching right now. Appreciate that very much. Only place on YouTube where you can find live simulated sporting events from a PlayStation 5 with live original commentary. Commentary that interacts with you, the faithful fans here at Nagy Nation. We do appreciate your fanship. 14:21 on the clock. 38-24. Dyslexic score reading here. Browns really need something. Quick RPO. They'll throw left side. Moore with a block. Nope, not quite. Evans was out there. He'll pick up one and actually will count as a rush because they threw that thing behind him. I'll check. My guess is he's maybe like an 80 or an 81 at this point. Maybe a 79. Over the middle is a quick little dig route to Cooper, and now a 3rd and 5. This is a big first down for the Browns right here. 3rd and 5. Little momentum you can see to the Chiefs' side. Clock is our friend. Up 14. Got to take care of the football. He'll go left side slant, and it's dropped. Mike Evans took a shot from Jalen Watson, and the Browns will go 3 and out and punt it away and can't take any time off the clock. So, short of another turnover, that was the worst possible outcome. Bojorquez boots this thing into the Kansas City air. Run down and fair catch before TJ Tampa, another one of our rookie defensive players, can get there. Iowa State, I think, for TJ Tampa. Iowa State corner taken in the later rounds of this draft. So again, depth pieces like that. To pass. Zip it over the middle, and it's almost picked. Thornhill dove a long way to knock it to the turf. I thought he was maybe going to be able to get his paws on it. 2nd and 10 here, 12:53. Does Mahomes have a comeback in? And Browns led 31-7 at one point in this game. Mahomes over the middle, hits the back of JOK, who is step for step with Mr. Taylor Swift. Empty backfield with a couple of tight ends. Good protection for Mahomes, and it delivers a strike in the middle of the Browns zone. Rashee Rice, another catch. This now 2nd-year receiver having a monster season. Yeah, that's fine, John. We appreciate your rooting in principle. John is one of our, is a 49er fan, one of our fans of other teams, which we have pretty much every team represented in the course of the channel. Watch out, MVS! And he's going to go 54 yards. Browns had man coverage. Denzel dove for him and missed, and the safety wasn't quite deep enough. Look at Denzel trying to knock the ball out, and then Thornhill, just inches away, and then Thornhill can't catch him. MVS into the end zone, and now all of a sudden with 12 to go, the Browns find themselves up a score, and all the momentum Kansas City's way here. 38-31, that went 4 plays, 72 yards in 55 seconds. We need to run some clock and get back into a rhythm on offense, and I cannot run coach mode. We have had better luck this season with me controlling the non-Browns team. Another nice return, Aniyah Smith. This kid is slippery. He's very good. You know what, Big Dog? It's kind of weird that that's kind of been the case in our sim, that they just have our number. Kind of like how the Jags would always beat us in the playoffs in previous seasons. And just another straight drop from Mike Evans. And we're immune to handing the football off again here for reasons completely unknown to me. We have 23 runs to 37 passes. That's one of the best ratios we've had in a minute. Watson, zip it left side. Caught by Moore, and he dropped it. I can't. All of a sudden we got the drop season. 0 time is running off the clock. Now it's a 3rd and 10, and you have to throw. Trip to the right side, Chief on the left. Play action. Watson now, he'll roll right. He's got room to the 35 to the 40. Watson, first down, breaks a tackle to the 45, and then gets tackled at the 50-yard line. Watson, 41 yards today rushing on 5 scrambles, and none of them bigger than that one. That kind of reminded me of the Browns-Chiefs playoff game when Chad Henne scrambled for about 19 on a 3rd and long to seal the fate. If you remember that, the old Dirty Dan Hollywood Higgins game. And then on 4th down, they ran that jet sweep to Tyreek and sealed the victory. Motion coming from Mike Evans. Not that we'll run a jet sweep because it took them all out of the playbook. Watson, quick throw over the middle. And again, just Mike Evans can't catch right now. Like that, he was wide open and it just hit him and ran down his body. I don't know what's going on with these Browns receivers on this drive, let alone why we continue to keep throwing the football. We're not going to throw it again here, or not going to run it again this time. Watson left side, can't catch it again. Antonio Gibson, we're going to get a flag though. And PI on the Chiefs is going to be the call. I don't like the 23 yards. You know that, Kit and I, very, very staunch supporters of 15 yards max for pass interference. Boot right, Watson, throw it to Mike Gesicki, recently signed with the Bengals. He's our second tight end. He picks up 2, but most importantly, the clock runs. He is getting Madden right now. Left side, Chubb, broken tackle. And George, that's a great question. I mean, I think I really like him. Obviously, he had the boys playing with some moxie. I think they needed to win tonight to get into the tournament. And I think they had to get into the tournament for him to have a shot. Like, it's a really great story. First down, Cooper to the 9-yard line. It's a really great story. He's an Ohio guy. Obviously, his brother was a legend here. I think he's a good coach. I have no idea if he can recruit. I don't have any idea if he can run a program, if he's got vision, if he's got assistants that would come and work for him. I think there's just too many unknowns for Ohio State. I would take the dude, the Dusty May guy, that sounds like comes with an endorsement from LeBron James and Bryce coming next year, and some significant NIL money. And he's been balling down at FAU. That's Dusty May is the guy's name, I believe. So I think he's kind of the other semifinalist since Lamont Paris just got the extension. People have also said, like, get Jay Wright to come back out of the booth, who'd been at Villanova for years. I would take that hire too. So Browns are going to get into the end zone finally. Antonio Gibson hasn't had a lot of touchdowns. He's been important, but just seldom used with the way that Chubb has been so effective, especially near the goal line. So now with 8:35, we don't ever say that here, Bo. We've seen way too many crazy things happen on the channel. So that's what I'm saying. I think it's a great story and a great experience, and I think they should feel really great about how they were able to salvage this season. But I'm not ready to just give him the keys to the ship and say, like, oh, you've proven that you can do everything we need you to do as our head coach. I think the new AD is going to want to trying to make a splash hire as well. Pacheco goes to the right. Guess who? J.O.K. All over the place today. Browns up 14 here. Let's let this defense feast a little bit. Mahomes, with under 8 to go, they trail 14. He's going to shift the formation. Kelsey comes to the top of the screen. Rashee Rice comes to the bottom of the screen. Mahomes, pressure. Zip it left side. Caught him again, but knocked away late. MJ Emerson poking with the right hand. 3rd and 9. Come on, D. Empty set for Mahomes. He'll be back to pass. Pressure coming by Cole Jr. Let's go. They were trying to set up a wide receiver screen, and Mike Hall Jr. just absolutely baptized Joe Tooney, the left guard. Come on, show us the replay. He just shoved him to the ground like he was a child in front of him at the supermarket checkout line. I don't know, wherever you'd shove a child to the ground. Getting a little slap happy here, 11:30, but he threw him to the ground and sacked Pat Mahomes, and now with 7:10, can we please hand the football off? Yeah, it did kind of feel like the old screen was coming, but it wasn't a traditional screen. It was definitely a wide receiver bubble, and he was trying to throw it, but Hall got in there really quickly. How about Gesicki fighting for yards and a first down to the midfield stripe? And tick, 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 tick is the most important part of this situation. Again, if you're wondering, we do have the Browns running a hybrid Bills playbook, the Ken Dorsey playbook, if you will. Tipped again in another drop. Let's see what these drop numbers are. The Browns with a extraordinary amount of drops. You know what? Actually, I don't. as a public school teacher, I actually am kind of vehemently against pushing school children. Watson's going to take a sack there from Michael Pierce. Yeah, we'll check, Big Dog. He's got to be. He is close, especially today because Miles hasn't had that many. Hey, Wendell, welcome in, buddy. Pressure coming, and he's going to turf it in front of Elijah Moore as they were trying to set up a wide receiver screen of their own. And with under 6 to play, going to give Mahomes another chance here. You're flirting with the devil here. Another bad punt by Bajorquez, who shanks it out of bounds at the 24. I mean, we've all thought about it, he says. I just don't do it as a general rule of thumb. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm sure when I was a kid, I shoved other kids. Does that count? Mahomes. Left side floater into traffic and knocked away by Thornhill. He tried to go over the top to Rashee Rice. We saw that play yesterday. Tyreek Hill got way behind Emerson. That time, Emerson was not going to let himself get beaten. 5:40 on the clock. Mahomes. Blitz coming from JOK. They pick it up. Go right side, and Denzel pops it out of the hands of MVS. 3rd and 10. Yeah, Wendell, that's crazy. We were talking about it on the Discord channel earlier today. Like, I don't get that at all. I mean, I guess if you're Pittsburgh, you don't want Russ looking over his shoulder, I guess. You feel he's that insignificant. Now Mahomes will throw this one away. 4th and 10. I don't think they even have a second quarterback on the roster, but I'm more surprised at the destination. Of all the quarterbacks that you'd think of for Philadelphia to have as a backup, Kenny Pickett is not the one that I would have envisioned. You know what I mean? Here's a 4th and 10. Mahomes, first down again. Gosh. He threw it in there to Rashee Rice. He's got over 350 yards passing now. Rice again. I told you these two have the most yards and touchdowns in the NFL, Watson and Mahomes. And Mahomes continues to just stack yards after yards after yards. Shotgun. Creed Humphrey snapping it back. Mahomes, no pressure this time. Knocked away by Thornhill. Put his shoulder into the side of Rashee Rice for a dropped pass. 4:51. Ugh, that's tough, Bo. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Miles looked like he got held by Juwan Taylor and swatted away by Cam Mitchell. The sophomore, Cam Mitchell, having a good. Yeah, that stinks, Bo. Sorry about that, man. Mahomes in trouble. He'll wiggle. He'll throw way back to the left, and it's tipped and almost picked. He tried to go into triple coverage to Travis Kelce, and Delpit was over there. Thornhill was over there, and here we go, a 4th and 10. From the 41-yard line, Browns with a chance to win the game. Looks like some stamina subs in. I see Isaiah McGuire and Shelby Harris into the game to rush the passer. Back to pass. Mahomes. He'll step up. He'll fire over everybody's head. No laundry on the field. The Browns turn him over on downs. 79. That's sweet, Wendell. Yes, well said, John. Praying for you and your family, Bo. Sorry you're dealing with all that. Your Naked on Sports Nation's got your back. A pulling Batonio. Chubb to the right side. Oh, he had the hole and he kept bouncing. No need to bounce to another hole there, Nick. Just take the hole and go. Back to pass. Quick throw into traffic and dropped again. We've had so many drops from our receivers. And what are we doing throwing the football? We have to have another drive for the Chiefs where we have to make a stop. I just don't get it. I do not get it. Watson, he'll step up to the 40-35 and a first down again. Deshaun has been so clutch. Wendell Bo said that he's attended 3 funerals already this month, and it's the 15th. Halfway through the month, Chubb that time lowers the shoulder. 15 carries, 74 yards, pretty good clip for him. Hey, Keith. It has been a good game. Working the night shift tonight, my friend. Be safe. Thanks for popping on and saying hey. I'm actually going to be headed up to the Cleveland this weekend. Going to do a little getaway with Mrs. Nagy on Sports here. We're going to stay over in the University Circle area. Got a little dinner reservation at Albatross, a little French restaurant over there. Going to go see some art and stuff. Get up to Cleveland a little bit. I'll wave at all of my Cleveland peeps while I'm up there. And then Kit's actually going to be up in Cleveland in April for some training for his new job. In the seam to Elijah Moore. First down and goal at the 1. Beautiful play there. And Chubb into the end zone, and that one should seal it. Nicholas Jamal Chubb, that's 3 touchdowns again for him. He has so many rushing touchdowns this season. Thank you, Don. We will try. Yes, Bo, I think we can safely say it's over now. As the Browns are going to throw a 50-burger. Cleveland Grill, huh? What part of town is that in? Like I said, we're staying in an Airbnb over in like University Circle, and with like a 2-minute walk to this French restaurant that we're going to. But we are going to go downtown. My wife wants to go see, there's supposed to be some cool art installation in the library. So we're going to go downtown and check that out. Hang. Probably have a beverage. Mahomes, spin move, throw over the middle to Rashee Rice. We do. We will, big dog. We will check the season stats, too, for our Brownies if you want as well. Yeah, something like that, Rick. Oh, Miles wants to get back on that list. Nope, just doing a little getaway with the wife. I love Cleveland as a city. We love going up there. Great food, great drinks, great, you know, good culture and stuff. So like I said, we're doing some more of the art stuff this time. We're doing the library's art installation. We may go to the Art Museum or the Natural History Museum. Like I said, we're kind of all in staying over in that area where all the museums and stuff are. Sky Moore down the seam is now Mahomes just stacking and padding his stats here. 430 yards in the game. And he'll fire another one to Pacheco, who's ripped out of bounds by Newsome. He's got 52 pass attempts, 436 yards. Yeah, I'll see if I can figure out where the NOS Dome is going to be. I'll try to go find those 2 round black buildings. I mean, the library is kind of round. It does sort of look like the library from the outside, kind of like cylindrical building, but not 2 of them. Over the middle, and it's dropped by Delpit. He had the interception in his mitts. Felgren, I appreciate it, man. You rock too. Go Browns. Guys, I really appreciate everybody being on. We were up to like 35 at one point on the live stream, which is a lot of fun here. The late night sim got some folks on, so appreciate you joining me again. 27 seconds here. We will go through some stats if you want to hang on. If not, I totally get it. But again, appreciate you being on. Have a great rest of your weekend. Guys, I just mentioned I'm headed up to Cleveland for the weekend, so no sims tomorrow. Maybe something late on Sunday when I get home. Otherwise, we will finish up the regular season next week. And then it'll be into the playoffs. Our Browns have stamped their tickets probably. I think they probably could seal it at this point at 12-2. The rest of the AFC North has been down. Which is hard to believe would happen in real life. You can see there at the bottom, Buffalo 13-1. They are currently the first seed. We are the second seed if the playoffs started right now. Appreciate that, Rick. We will travel safe. Just dreaming for that day we get that train. They keep talking about it, and that one's going to go out the back of the end zone. Love to hop on the train in Columbus and be up to Cleveland in a couple hours, or head down to Cincinnati. I would ride it often. It's one of my favorite reasons for going to Europe. Just love riding the train around everywhere. You get everywhere. dropped in the end zone. It looked like Rashee Rice actually had it for a touchdown and couldn't hold on. So the Browns will turn him over on downs and not go into victory formation. What are we doing? What is going on here? Here comes Chubb. I guess give Chubb 2 more yards to get him 81. And that's how it's going to go. Thank you, Filligren. I for sure will. We always do. If no promises here, because I got to make sure the missus is on board. But if there is some time, I might drop something in the Discord like, hey, I'm going to be at X place. If anybody wants to come have a soda pop, I'll keep you posted. All right, let's look at the stats for this game. This one was a lot of fun. Appreciate you guys joining me. Mahomes, 34 of 59 for 450, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions in this one. Pacheco, 11 for 46. Rashee Rice, 9 for $132, 8 for Pacheco, 8 for 157, and 3 touchdowns for MVS today. Not a great game for Kelsey. Taylor must be disappointed if they're even still together at this point. 17 tackles for Nick Bolton, 12 for McDuffie. Sacks today, 1 for Pierce, 1 for Anaduke-Uzama, 1 for Karlaftis, and a half for Amenahu and Trent McDuffie. 2 picks today, 1 for Tyrell Dodson, we talked about, 1 for George Karlaftis. Watson today, 26 of 47 for 337. He had 3 touchdowns and again, unfortunately, 2 interceptions. 18 for 81 and 3 more rushing touchdowns for Nick Chubb. Watson was great today on his scrambling. 6 for 55. He also had a touchdown. 5 for 26 for Jerome Ford in this game. 6 for 83 for the Chief. 5 for 60 for Coop. 5 for 88 for Moore. 4 for 54 for Evans. Jaceki with 2. 2, 1, and 1. How about this, though? 2 drops for Coop, 3 drops for Moore, 3 drops for Evans. So that's 8 dropped passes from your top 3 receivers. That's not the way you want to do it. JOK was everywhere today. 13 tackles for him, 4 TFLs for Mike Hall Jr., no surprise. 2.5 sacks for him and for Miles, so Miles maintains his lead by matching him. 2 for Tomlinson today, Obo with 1.5, Z with 1.5. So that defensive line feasting with multiple sacks for 5 basically starters. MJ Emerson, Denzel Ward with your 2 picks here today. A couple of PBUs for Grant Delphin. All right, let's go quickly fast forward the week, if you're willing to hang on for another minute. And we will get sort of a where are the Browns stats after 15 games. They are now 13-3. Which is bonkers to think about here for our Sim Browns. And we'll keep an eye on what happens to the Buffalo Bills at 13-1. If they lose, I'm not sure what the tiebreaker is that gets us close, but it might be close there. So very quickly we'll advance this week. Looks like our Cleveland Browns are going to be playing the New York Football Giants, and then we will end at home against the Ravens. But we said we would go look at these league leaders. Let's look quickly on the right side. You can see Watson has more yards than Mahomes, I guess, which is kind of crazy to think about, especially after we just saw the 430 that he had last game. But Mahomes must have had a couple of weeks where he was a little bit down. Derrick Henry, 1,600 yards again. He is on the Chargers in our sim. Josh Jacobs is on the Texans in our sim. Rashee Rice, look at that, 1,594 yards and 24 touchdown catches for Rashee Rice. Myles Garrett, 32 sacks. Michael Hall Jr., 26 sacks. Zadarius Smith, 20 sacks. 15 interceptions for Denzel Ward, which is just gnarly to think about. So again, for our Cleveland Browns, 5,000 yards passing, 33 touchdowns, 22 interceptions for Deshaun. Still not 1,000 yards yet for Chubb, but 20 touchdowns for him. Still averaging just 3.7 a pop. Watson having a very nice year with his legs. 4 touchdowns, 587 on the ground for him. Here we go. We're about to get it. Could we get 4? More could get there too. 1334 and 9 touchdowns, 1270 and 9 touchdowns with 105 and 110. Two guys with 100 catches. Chief's going to get 100 catches and 1,000 yards. He also has 8 touchdowns. Elijah Moore, 72 for 868 and 2 touchdowns. Then you got Nick Chubb, Tillman, Gesicki, Gibson, Adonai Mitchell, the rookie, just 3 catches, 48 yards, and a touchdown for him. You could have conceivably 4 guys with 1,000 yards receiving and 100 receptions, which would be absolutely bonkers to me. 138 tackles for JOK on the season. That doesn't suck. 32 for Miles, 26.5 for Mike Hall Jr., 20.5 for Za'Darius, 10 for Obo, 9.5 for Tomlinson. And again, we talked about the 15 picks. 6 for MJ Emerson, 2 for Thornhill and Emerson, but 15 for Denzel Ward. Wild times indeed here in the sim season. But guys, we really appreciate you being on. This one was a lot of fun. Whoops, I hit the wrong button. I was going to try to go to show you the playoff picture. If the season ended today, which it will just in a couple weeks, again, Bills did win, so they remain the number 1 seed. Browns would go play the Dolphins again. They just lost. Chargers would host the Texans, and the Jags would host the Kansas City Chiefs. How about, again, J.J. McCarthy is the Seahawks quarterback in our sim. He's got him in the first seed. Then you got Dallas, San Francisco, Baker and the boys against Jordan Love, and then the Lions and Eagles. So the rest of that's pretty normal. Maybe not the Baker and the Bucks part being the 3 seed. But somebody's got to win that AFC South because it's kind of gross. All right, guys, this was a lot of fun. We'll be playing for that Lombardi Trophy. These Sim 2024 playoffs going to be coming very rapidly. So, guys, appreciate everybody being on. You guys are the best for sure. Thanks for staying up late with me tonight. Be safe. Enjoy your weekend. Take care of yourselves. And as always, go Browns!